The air in northern Sierra Leone was unusually still in early 1898. In the village of Casa, Bia Bureh sat on a low wooden stool, his eyes fixed on the horizon. He was no longer a young man, but his presence was like a mountain, immovable and weathered. The suspense didn't come from a sudden explosion, but from a piece of paper. The British had sent word. The hut tax was now law. For every home, a fee must be paid to a queen thousands of miles away. They asked for coins for the roofs we built with our own hands, his advisors whispered, their voices thick with dread. If we do not pay, they take our land. If we do pay, we are no longer masters of our own soil. The emotional weight hit Bureh not as a warrior, but as a father to his people. He knew that to say no was to invite fire. To say yes was to invite chains. He stood up, his heavy robes rustling in the silence. "A king does not pay tax for his own house," he finally said. The war had begun. The British expected a quick victory. They marched into the thick bush with heavy boots and gleaming rifles. But they found nothing, only the sound of the wind. This is where the suspense peaks. For months, Bia Bureh became a ghost. His warriors used the scorched earth and guerrilla tactics that baffled the world's greatest empire. One moment, a British column would be marching through the greenery. The next, a whistle would pierce the air, and Bureh's men would appear from the very trees themselves. The British offered a 100-pound reward for his head, a fortune at the time. In a move of legendary wit and defiance, Bia Bureh responded by offering a 500-pound reward for the capture of the British governor. But the cost of resistance is always paid in blood and hunger. By late 1898, the villages were burning. The rice crops were destroyed. Bureh looked at his people, children with hollow cheeks and elders hiding in damp caves. The climax of his story isn't a defeat in battle, but a victory of the soul. To save his people from further slaughter, the great chief stepped out of the shadows. He didn't wait to be caught. He walked into the camp of his enemies. As he was led away into exile, he didn't look like a defeated man. He looked like a man who had successfully held an empire at bay for nearly a year with nothing but grit and the loyalty of his kin. Why this matters for Independence Day? When you tell this story, remind your audience that Bia Bureh didn't just fight for a piece of land. He fought for the idea that a Sierra Leonean's home belongs to them. The moral. True leadership is knowing when to stand like a rock and when to sacrifice yourself so that the next generation can eventually walk free. On April 27th, we don't just celebrate a date on a calendar. We celebrate the spirit of the man from Casa who refused to be taxed for the air he breathed.